Today I wanted to talk about something that has been on my mind since Clair Obscur Expedition 33 released. So first things off, I love the game. It is up there as one of my games of the year, but there was a little bit of a stumble from the developers. So when this game came out and people were playing it and enjoying it, it was discovered there was, I guess, an exploit in the game where a certain character had a skill, and if you calibrate that skill with the right pictos, you can essentially just break the game and one-shot every boss in the game. And of course, once somebody discovers that, they share it on YouTube or on the internet in general, and it spreads like wildfire. Now, the reason I want to talk about this is because the developer acknowledged the exploit and have decided to patch the exploit and pretty much just nerf that skill dramatically from its original state. Because when they initially released the game, when they made that skill, they thought it was too underpowered, so they cranked it up, but they cranked it up too much and it became overpowered and became the exploit that was very infamous when the game came out. And when they patched it, the people that relied on that exploit were upset because now their build is, useless, and now they have to find other ways to do devastating damage to the bosses. And that's what I want to talk about, is the exploits in single player games, more specifically being patched. So I understand if there's an exploit in a multiplayer game, and I'm okay with that being patched out because of course it ruins the experience for everybody, not just yourself. But when it comes to exploits in single player games, I'm more fine with it in single player games. And the fact that the developers went out of the way to patch this and pretty much nerf it is bizarre to me, because it is a single player game and exploits in video games have been around since they have been created. And even though most of them are unintentional, they are left alone because it's either A, hilarious, or pretty interesting for the developers that people discovered a way to essentially break their game. I am on the camp that I don't think the developers should have patched it out. I think they should have just left it as is, because it is a single player game, and yes, it is kind of ruining the experience for you, but there's people that really do not care about that. They just want to get through the story at any way possible, as fast as possible. And there's people that just want to break the game and really use any exploit that is available and well known. There are people that specifically go to YouTube or any forum and try to find the best build for the characters for any game, because they don't want to put the time or really think too much about calibrating skills or attributes to increase. They would rather see someone post, "This is the best setup to go through the game and really just destroy every enemy." And that's fine. It's been around for a long time. And to me, this is how I see this exploit, where people just discovered this build is completely broken and will break the game and destroy every enemy you come into contact with. And yeah, I don't think the developers should have done it. I understand why they did it, because of course they don't want something like that in their game, but this just elevates the game even more, in my opinion, because it just shows you how dedicated your fan base is to discover every secret or every single nook and cranny this game has to offer and how everything works. And that's why speedrunning is such a huge thing, because people explicitly find exploits to go through the game as fast as humanly possible. And I would like to mention that Doom: The Dark Ages, when that came out, there was already been exploits found where people are able to beat the game within 2 hours. And to me, that's just incredible how people literally scour every level of these games and just find these exploits that I didn't even know that was possible. That's why I find this stuff so bizarre when developers patch these out, because most developers, like I've seen YouTube videos, react to people breaking their games and finding ways out of the map or finding ways to go through the levels faster and getting certain like weapons or anything like that super early. That's what I wanted to ask you guys, whether or not they should have nerfed the skill, or should they have left well enough alone and just let people do what they want and use the exploit at their leisure, because at the end of the day it is up to you whether or not you want to use these exploits in every game, not just Clair Obscur. There's plenty of other games that have had, exploits that people know, and a lot of these games still have these exploits. So let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you very much.